It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Cam Akers. He's coming off a great week, reaching triple digits in yards with a collection of touchdowns. It's the Vikings and the Bears coming up next.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played it. Season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Right out of the gates, here's Smith. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Deron Payne. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
After the sack on first down, Smith. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the rookie who played his college ball for the Pitt Panthers. So that's Kenny Pickett. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pickett on 3rd and 1. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Gain of 9. their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Pickett to throw on first down. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Pickett's throw will be caught by McKenzie. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. They'll run on first down with Akers. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. His 6th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to put it in, you change the field position, right? You put the field in. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long. And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Smith. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They'll bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Here's Smith to return it. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Vikings will be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Off-play action, Pickett. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Back to throw, Pickett. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's McKenzie. And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Second and 10. It's Pickett again. It's caught. This is White. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 14. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. There's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. Touchdown! Cam Akers with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here first and 10. Back to throw, Smith. And his throw here is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Smith. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on third down, Smith. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it back. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Beckham. And he goes down and over again. That's inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That was an excellent read right there. Sack number 1. It means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
To the air on first down with Pickett. That's complete to White. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a third down and 8. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. And this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Going for it on fourth down. Here's Pickett. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a third down and 3. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Smith on third down. And that is incomplete.
This first half is not going according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They can use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They get 34 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, pretty excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Pickett now on first down. Goes out left. It's caught by Williams. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Pickett right back to the air again. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kenny Pickett, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this, because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You got to now plan for those legs as well as him throwing the football.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. And at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. Loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. Smith now to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Gino. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. They were scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's returnable now for Smith. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. First and 10, here's Pickett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Pickett back to the air on 2nd down. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Cam Akers on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point from McManus is good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. And the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. This pass is caught by London. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. He is out of bounds, but not before he's 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Pickett to throw on first down. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Travis Kelce in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback. And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Pickett. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
First down for Odell Beckham Jr. We can finally say it, partner. OBJ got his ring. Really fit in with the Rams once he got there and was invaluable in leading them to a Super Bowl victory. Suffered a knee injury in that game, but he's back and ready for an encore in 2022.
And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Over the middle, complete. It's McKenzie. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. On the counter, this is Akers. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On second down and 4. Pickett, the throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A give up the middle to Akers. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Pickett to the right side. It's Kelsey. Touchdown. Travis Kelsey, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good, and it is 42-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Now Gino on first down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merritt. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. I guess we're at the point of the... Open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw going to be caught by McKenzie. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 66 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They'll run here with Akers. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 40-yard line.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's only gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? He's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
They'll look to run with Akers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cam Akers with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Kevin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, Somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think he just said, well, my kicker's hurt in this moment. No, okay.
So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The Bears on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Pulled in at the 24. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Minnesota. 69 yards. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Akers will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well. His teammates airing it out made this a successful drive. But I guess when you're out your high, I mean, I just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. On 1st and 10, Smith. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing now is Geno. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
No, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no thought of a return here for Hines. The Chicago offense set to get started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. On first down, Smith. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Shifts by him. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there, and now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Geno now to throw. They'll find Parker again, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 right at the 40. Now Smith. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. They'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Smith throwing again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? The game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25.